I'm Dr. Steele, and I'm a test prep expert with Study.com. The Mathematics Knowledge section of the ASVAB is a multi-subject subtest. This problem set includes ratios, rates, and proportion questions that align with questions you can expect to see when you take the official ASVAB. This section is one of the 4 that is included in your AFQT score. You're not allowed to use a calculator, so get in the habit of working through these questions without one. All right, let's do this.
Calculate the proportionality constant k if f varies inversely with the square of d and f is 12 when d is 6. And our answers are 72, 2, 0.33, or 432. To find out the proportionality constant k in an inverse variation relationship, we can use the formula f equals k over d squared, where f is the force, d is the distance, and k is the proportionality constant. We are given that f equals 12 when d equals 6. Substituting these values into the formula, we get 12 equals k divided by 6 squared, or 36. So to solve for k, we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by 36. So that is going to give us 12 times 36. If you do that multiplication, you will get 432 equals k. The next problem asks, the weight of an object is inversely proportional to the square of its distance from the center of Earth. The radius of Earth is about 3,960 miles. Calculate the weight of an object at an altitude of 100 miles above Earth's surface. The object has a weight of 500 pounds on Earth's surface. Okay, a lot going on here. To solve this problem, we can use the formula for inverse proportionality. W equals k over d squared, where W equals the weight of an object, d is the distance from the center of Earth, and k is the proportionality constant. We are given that the object has a weight of 500 pounds on the Earth's surface, which means when d equals 3,960 miles. Substituting these values into the formula, we get 500 equals k over 3,960 squared. So we're going to isolate k by multiplying both sides by 3,960 squared. If we do the math on that, then k is going to be equal to 4,060 miles. We're not done yet, so our W equals k over 460 squared. Let's plug in what we know for k. So it's going to be 500 times 3,960 squared divided by 4,060 squared. And if you do the math on those, you're going to get 475.39 pounds. We can also ask, does this make sense? So we know that the weight is 500 pounds on the Earth's surface. If you were to get further from the center of the Earth, the weight is going to be less than 500. We know that, so any of the answers that are more than 500, we could have eliminated right off the bat. That leaves it between 475 and 175, and as we just saw from doing the math, it is 475. The next problem asks, calculate the value of f if f varies inversely with the cube root of d. The proportionality constant is 72 and d equals 18. To find the value of f, we can use the formula for inverse variation, which is f equals k over d to the 1/3 power, where f is the force, d is the distance, and k is the proportionality constant. We're given that k equals 72 and d equals 18. Substituting these values into the formula, we get f equals 72 over 18 to the 1/3 power. Since we can't use a calculator to calculate the cubed root of 18, let's plug in some numbers to see if we can narrow it down. We know that a cube is a number times itself 3 times, so let's start with 2. 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 equals 8. Okay, so how about 3? 3 times 3 times 3. That's 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. We know that the cubed root of 18 is between 2 and 3. So let's plug in those numbers into 72 divided by 2 and 72 divided by 3. If we plug in 2, then our f value is going to be 34. And if we try 3, then 72 divided by 3 is 24. F is a number between 24 and 34. And if you look at our options, there's only one that falls between those two numbers, and that is 27.5. The next problem asks, 2 cars leave from 2 different cities 50 miles apart on a straight highway. If one car is going at 40 miles per hour toward the other car, which is going 60 miles per hour, how long will it take for the 2 cars to meet? Hint, make your time t and the distance traveled by the first car x, and the distance traveled by the second car 50 minus x. So our answers are 0.45 hours, not enough information, 1 hour, 0.15 hours, or 0.5 hours. We've got 2 equations. We've got the distance traveled by the first car, and that's going to be x. We can say that x equals 40t, because 40 miles per hour times t being the number of hours. And the distance traveled by the second car is 50 minus x equals 60t. To find the actual time it takes for them to meet, we can substitute one of the equations into the other. Let's substitute the first equation into the second. 50 minus x. So in the first equation, x equals 40t. And that is going to be equal to 60t. And when we simplify that by adding 40t to both sides, we get 50 equals 100t. If we isolate the t, then we see that t equals 50 over 100, and that equals 1 over 2, 1/2, which equals 0.5. And that is one of our options. So that is the correct answer. It will take 0.5 hours for the 2 cars to meet.
That is mathematics knowledge, ratios, rates, and proportion. Check out the other videos in this series if you need more help getting ready for the ASVAB test. Give us a thumbs up if you're feeling more prepared. Leave us a comment with any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, and make sure you subscribe for more U.S. military test prep content. Stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next video.